Skyler. It's lovely to meet you, and Paige as well. Tell me what you'd like to do. Tell me what you do with Paige. You're a jumper? You do a lot of jumping? You do. And how do you feel about your jumping? How high? 3 what? What's he up to? How high are you jumping? 3 foot?
Like 2'9".
2'9", 3 foot? Okay. You're quite the jumper, huh? So let me ask you something though. You ever notice anything going on with his back right knee? I almost feel like his leg out turns a little bit sometimes, that knee.
He doesn't square. He goes like this.
Okay. There are days that where it definitely does bother him a little bit more than other days. So you're aware of this then?
Yeah.
On days when it bothers him, then you're not jumping him, you're paying attention to that then? He knows where the other horses here have come from. He knows the hell that they've been through.
And he's been through hell himself.
Okay. And he's not even showing me that, but he...
boy.
Good boy. Yes, and you take very, very good care of Paige. Yes, you do. He's so grateful for being in a good place. Was he rescued in a time when it was very cold?
Yeah.
He's showing me freezing cold, slushy ground, ice, snow, thin, maybe not as thin as others, but ribby at least. Almost like I'm at the end. There's not so much more I can hang on for. He's saying, this is very painful for him to remember, okay? So I'm not going to do a whole lot of background.
Okay. Do what you can.
But I'm just going to tell you what he's willing to say. You don't have to go any further than you want, but he's saying, thank you. I didn't...
I want to eat, Mom. My
eyes were getting dull, he said. I didn't have the shine in my eyes. I didn't have anything to hang on for. There was a time in my life where I thought maybe I was done.
Well,
I was very depressed.
He came to us as a baby. Not, to us, but he was, in our hands. He was abused, and I'm pretty sure he was starved as a baby.
Because I do feel very thin, I feel ribby, okay, go ahead. Thank you. Okay.
That I've heard of.
Okay, alright, because that's where he's showing me. Cold, slushy, outside. Now he shows me that he does hold his tail up and his head up, and he's very proud of who he is now.
He's become a lot since he's been.
How long have you had him? How old is he?
He's 10.
Okay, and you've had him since he was
Small. I would say maybe a yearling.
Okay, I was gonna say yearling.
Was he, when he was adopted out, when he was in South Dakota or California, was he mistreated?
Okay, let's see. Can you tell me about that time? Skyler, can you tell me about that time? He had different riders at that time, okay? He rode a lot of Western at that time, okay? There was a very strong man that rode him, almost, I almost would want to say this was a Texan rider, almost. Very strong. not large, but strong rider.
Strong, physically strong?
Yes.
Or stern?
Both. Physically strong and stern, yes. But he did a lot of Western things. He did, I want to say team penning, and he did calf roping, rodeos. He was in rodeos. I'm seeing him in rodeos. So he was well-trained Western. Very, very well.
When he came back to me, he had a lot of, you could see he was worked with. I wasn't sure if he was really worked with when she had put an English saddle on him. He was like a little confused.
Yeah, and I don't get...
He was a little confused. Yeah, and then he was like, he wasn't really sure what to do. And he also was doing, if you're saying he was at a rodeo because he knows how to cross.
Yeah.
And he knows leg work and stuff. And I was like, he must have learned this when he was out there.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, that's all I'm seeing out there is a lot of very strict, intense rodeo work. Well, he shows me he opened rodeos with the flags and the pole. Okay, he opened rodeos, so he did some fancy rodeo steps in the beginning.
Okay.
So that's where some of that comes in. Okay, so that's where some of that comes in.
I'm trading your horse.
So that's where some of that fancy footwork comes in.
Okay.
That's the opening scenes, but he also did actual rodeo work. And a lot of it. A lot of it. Lots of ribbons, lots of ribbons, lots of trophies. He keeps showing me buckles, shiny buckles. So yes, this person was very, very strict with him, but he toed the line and he did it, and he learned all that hard work. Okay, so when you're asking was he mistreated, he says, I'm not sure if this was mistreating or not.
Okay.
Because I learned all this.
Okay.
So he's not quite sure.
Stern, but not neglected.
Not neglected, no. He had plenty of food,
Okay.
plenty of water, but very strict, hard work, hard schedules, very strict.
That makes sense. It definitely makes sense.
Actually, I have a question. How is his sight?
That's a good question. Maybe that's where we're going before with eyes. When we were off camera and I was saying he was relating his eyes to something. That's a good question. Let me see. Can you show me what you see? You were trying to tell me something about your eyes before, right? There's a white spot here and one over here. He's got two little blind spots. He's got two little blind spots, but the rest of his vision is very clear.
Clear?
Very, very clear. But he's got a little blind spot here and a little blind spot here, and he thinks it's common with blue eyes. That's blue eyes.
That's it, okay.
That's the blue eyes. He's saying I have the blue eye common blind spots. That's where he's going with that. He's very worried about losing his status, you know? Afraid that that's going to make him not a horse.
He will always be with us, don't worry. He's always going to be loved.
Yes, but he doesn't want to lose his specialness for Paige either.
Stop biting me.
He wants to always be her riding horse. Always. That's his mission in life. That would rip his heart out. Oh no, he's totally in love with you. You didn't know that? Oh, he's totally in love with you. You are his true love.